I remember the exact second she stepped inside. A little after 6 a.m., that fragile moment when morning light softens the sky and the world hasn't fully awakened. I had been in the kitchen since 4 o'clock, staring at the slow moving clock, holding the same cup of coffee until it went cold, waiting for the familiar sound of her key turning. When she finally walked in, she was smiling, not tired, not sorry, not even trying to act concerned. It was the kind of smile worn by someone who thinks they slipped away unnoticed. Her makeup was smeared, her heels hanging loosely from her fingers, her hair messy not from a late night with friends but from something I had already suspected.
Hey.
Love, she said casually, like everything was normal. Didn't want to wake you. Girls' night ran late. You know how it goes. I didn't speak. She was too busy, tossing her shoes aside and pulling open the fridge as if life hadn't shifted. Then she finally noticed me sitting at the table. Her smile faded just barely. You're up early, she said, trying to steady her voice. I nodded, the envelope lying in front of me seeming heavier than paper. Couldn't sleep, I said. Too much on my mind. She glanced at the envelope but didn't ask. She poured herself some juice, and I caught the tiny crack in her calm. Her shoulders tightened, her breath hitched for just a second. She sensed something was off. Not what I knew, but that something in the room had changed. That's when I stood slowly and slid the envelope toward her. She froze. What's this? Open
It.
Her fingers shook as she picked it up, ripped it open, and pulled out the photos. Her face collapsed. Color left her skin. Her mouth parted in shock.
The
pictures were clear. A friend of mine happened to be in the same bar and sent them without me even asking. She needed to see with her own eyes. Her in a revealing dress. Him laughing beside her. Her leaving with him. The hotel
doors.
I didn't have to see anything beyond that. She stared without a word. No denial. No story. Her confidence fell into something between fear and shame.
I
Can't explain, she whispered, but her voice was empty. I shook my head. You already have. Every decision you made last night explained everything.
She
moved closer like the truth could be erased if she tried hard enough.
It was
an accident. I was drunk. It didn't mean a thing. I was home, I said softly.
I
cooked for us, lit candles, waited so we could talk, maybe fix what was broken.
I
waited until midnight. Tears filled her
eyes.
I didn't mean to, but you did, I
said.
You meant all of it. You meant to dress up. You meant to leave with him. You meant to walk in and lie to me like nothing was wrong. I picked up the second envelope, heavier than the first, and placed it on the table. What's that? She asked, her voice breaking. Divorce. Paper signed by me. They only need your name. Her expression looked like the ground disappeared beneath her. I told her I had copies of everything, photos, messages, locations, all inside. I'm not here to fight, I said. I'm here to close
this.
Her hands trembled as she touched the envelope but didn't open it. She sat down, silent, tears falling freely. Then she whispered something that cut deeper than the betrayal itself. I thought you didn't care anymore. That was the wound that stung the most. I cared, I said. That's the real tragedy. I cared enough to believe you'd come home. Cared enough to think it was a passing phase.
But now
I see you left long before last night. The kitchen fell quiet except for her soft crying. I grabbed my keys and walked toward the door. Before leaving, I looked back at her one last time. You We're right about one thing, I said. This is the last time you'll ever see me cry. Over you. Then I walked out. No yelling. No slammed doors. No dramatic goodbye. Sometimes the quiet exit leaves the deepest echo. And that smug smile she arrived with never came back again.